Can I just tell you something, NJ? You know the fact that you've brought a Cena Sucks shirt. I know
Yeah.
you don't like John Cena, but you do realise that you've essentially bought that from the WWE, and the fact that people like you buy them means that they'll probably continue to push John Cena because he's still selling loads of merch.
No, I put up eBay.
It's exactly what people should do, people. If you don't want John Cena to get pushed, buy your damn t-shirts off eBay. There we go. See, we're winning. Exactly. And I bought this from a non-TNA related website. I should really be supporting the company though, shouldn't I? Q&A 143 with us, the British Fist. Great intro there, NJ.
Yes, it is, Dan, and I'm supporting, thinking that Cena sucks. So say it with me. Continue to say it throughout this video. Every time you hear a John Cena question, let's go.
I just thought I would test you there and see your reactions. Mr. Parkin here, NJ here.
What's up?
Exactly. At Luke Willock. Sorry for the kind of botched start of this Q&A. Why can't TNA air live in the UK on Challenge TV, and how does the TNA Challenge deal work out? I imagine it's because Challenge probably the problem is, if it was going to be airing in the UK live, it would air from 2 AM till 4 AM, which is just way too late, and they probably wouldn't get that much money off advertising for it because it's just way too late.
I think, you know, what would be really beneficial, maybe it's not as big, but maybe they should put money into it, making a miniature version of the TNA network. A miniature version, so we can watch it live when it's on, you know, just a miniature version, just so we can watch it live instead of having to stream it. Sorry, what did you say?
I don't know, what did you say? I didn't hear anything about streaming, but yeah, and how does the TNA Challenge deal work out? Well, they show it from 10 till midnight, I believe, on a Sunday, so people can watch it, and they show pay-per-views, I believe, on the Wednesday after for 4 hours with adverts. That's how it works out. I don't really know too much because I don't really watch it. Niall Davs. It looks like we're getting Lesnar versus Taker this year at WrestleMania. Do you think that this year was the right time to do Cena versus Taker? I do feel this year would have been the right year to do Cena versus Taker, but maybe, I guess you could just put the argument across that, you could do it for one of Undertaker's last WrestleManias, which could be one of the next 2 or 3, I don't know.
The big argument about this year's WrestleMania is you want the biggest big match possible. And if I ask myself, what's bigger? Lesnar, who's a part-time wrestler who's just got a 3-year contract to face Taker, or John Cena, who's got a massive story behind it, don't give up, he's not faced Taker for a very long time. I'm thinking, what would be the bigger match? And in my opinion, I'd say John Cena and Taker.
Yep, I agree. I think the issue here, though, is the fact that they have to make the most of Lesnar's contract, and they have to get the big matches in within those 3 years, which is probably why they will probably go for that this year. But we still don't know what they're going to do. We'll probably find out. Well, we would have found out already technically, but we're recording this on the Sunday before the 24th of February edition of Raw, so we don't actually know. What do you think was the best WrestleMania between 20 and 25? Probably WrestleMania 21. Because A, it established 2 big stars in John Cena and Batista, and B, you had some very, very good memorable matches on there. You had Orton versus Taker, you had Shawn Michaels versus Kurt Angle, you had some damn good, and plus Money in the Bank, which I believe Edge won. So you had some very, very memorable things on there. Plus there was a Piper's Pit segment, I believe, with Hulk. I believe it was it Hulk Hogan and Carlito or something like that? I can't remember. I can't fully remember. I kind of really puts a dent on my very memorable WrestleMania point, doesn't it?
It does come to a point where we struggle to pick up favourite WrestleManias after WrestleMania 20 because they don't seem to be as good as they used to be. But I will say this, WrestleMania 21 offered a lot of enjoyment and build up towards that Mania.
Also, it gave Orton a kind of like bit of a rub as well. Sean Anthony, or Anthony, who do you think will be the next Paul Heyman guy, and do you think it'll be from NXT? I don't think there needs to be any more Paul Heyman guys, because to be honest, it was one of those terms that was really special at one point, but then as soon as they did it a couple of times with Ryback and Axel and Ryback, it kind of just felt like another guy. So I don't think they should do this again. I just think they should stay away from any Paul Heyman guys from now on.
As much as I do love Paul Heyman's involvement in the WWE, I think the fact he made Brock Lesnar, he made CM Punk have a strong tight spot in the WWE. I don't think he's done beneficial to Ryback or Curtis Axel. So to try it again with someone else, maybe pushing it.
In your opinion, who do you think should end Undertaker's streak? No one. I don't think there's any point in having the streak. And I mean, you could argue, it would give a rub to a future star. And if WWE have a guy who they know is going to be the next John Cena, or they know is going to be the next top guy, then maybe you could have them in the streak. But the streak's been building now for 20 plus years, and is there much point in ending it right now?
As much as I say that the time to end the streak has come and gone, Triple H, not just come up bam, but the story behind it and the Hell in a Cell match. I think the fact they've gone past that and gone down the route of Taker winning that match, I don't think any of the story is going to make you feel that it should be Taker's last one.
No, I mean, to be honest, there is probably never going to be a bigger story than what they had at WrestleMania 28 that is really actually going to, top that in the fact that you think the streak is going to end. So I don't think anything's going to end it now. Have WWE played the best for business storyline for too long? They've been playing the best for business storyline since they first started, brother. So you've been waiting for this for about 50 years, so you can wait another couple of months, surely.
For Triple H to have came into the Authority storyline and used what's best for business because he's trying to get his name so solidly out of that, I was hoping they were using that line so Vince could come back and say, I know what's best for business, I made this company. But obviously, as it's not happening this year's WrestleMania, I think the fact that it's starting to die out now is the best idea.
Yeah, I think it will continue, but they'll probably still use it to get some baby faces over, such as Daniel Bryan. Out of everybody on NXT, who do you think will have the best career in WWE? That is very interesting, because right now on NXT, I don't see many main eventers. I see a lot of mid-carders, and I see a lot of characters that will probably make it to WWE TV, but probably won't make it to the main event. The only person I really see making it to the main event, and no, it's not Sami Zayn, people. The only person I see is Mojo Rawley. That's the only person I really see who's got the size and the kind of figure that I think would actually make it to the main event scene. And right now, he's green as goose shit, so he's going to need some training first.
I guess this question was asked recently because I was hoping you would involve the current NXT wrestlers who are on the WWE roster. If you mean the ones on NXT, I'll just go with what Dan said.
Why are all your vids so good? No, we haven't included that. This is a genuine question. Why are all your vids so good? I don't know. I don't think they're that great. Let's go British Fist. British Fist suck.
I'll tell you what. The British Fist were once so brilliantly out there. We had all these creative ideas to keep us going, growing, and then it came to a point where we still want there to be the creativity ideas behind what we do. So if you think we're still good, then thank you very much.
Yeah, and you may be kind of delusional, but there we go. Johnny Castaway, what do you think about the Real Americans build-up being teased? Well, Cesaro is getting quite a good push now. Jack Swagger's going after the IC belt, but he's no more than filler. So I imagine this is going to be more about Cesaro, and I do wonder, even if they do push him, how far will they actually go with it? And it's not that I don't believe they can, it's just the fact that they've done this so many times with so many other superstars. Look at The Miz, look at Damien Sandow, look at Fandango, look at Ryback, look at Curtis Axel. They've done it with so many guys that why should I believe that they would push a guy like Antonio Cesaro all the way? Sorry, Cesaro.
We recorded this before the Elimination Chamber, but before the Elimination Chamber, Cesaro's push was wrapped up with Swagger's failing in the WWE. So until Cesaro goes off on his own, goes and continues his matches against like Sheamus, John Cena, Mark Henry, Big Show and stuff like that to show that he can do stuff on his own, I'm right now thinking his push is not ready yet. As for Swagger, to be honest, this match is just to give him something to do. As soon as Chambers finished, he's going to fail again.
Unless he is the WWE World Heavyweight Champion, in which case, please just skip this whole answer and just go on to the next question. Thunder Night, even though it's never going to happen. Thunder Night 19. When do you think WWE stopped caring about the Divas division? So I think they stopped caring about it after I think it was after Lakel just kind of went and fizzled out, and then Karma just kind of fizzled out. I think then they stopped caring about it fully.
I was so close saying when Lita left, but I'll give it when the Glamazon started to not get pushed to be the dominant diva, involving with Lakel, yeah, they just scrapped it.
Do you think CM Punk may have been a bigger draw had WWE not brought him back too soon following the Money in the Bank and then had him lose to Del Rio twice, lose to Triple H, and lose a tag match to R-Truth and Miz for winning the title back? Damn fucking right. How can casual fans buy a guy that has all the fucking leverage and comes back 8 days later only to lose to fucking John Cena, or lose to Del Rio, then lose to Triple H, then lose a tag match, and then win the title back? You know, how's that supposed to make a guy fucking draw?
When it comes to CM Punk, the fact is he's competing up there with this guy. So when he...
Well, you?
Cena.
Oh.
When he has his time out of the company, you bring him back, you want to continue really strong booking, really strong interest. Punk's words to like, he calls himself best in the world, or he's going to go up against big names like you've just listed there. You want the booking to be done. Like when he went against Triple H, you had Punk owning Triple H, only for Triple H to beat Punk. From a Triple H fan, even I think the WWE let Punk down.
Yes. 412 Marky. Would Randy Orton turn face, and would he and John Cena be a great tag team duo together in the future of WWE? Yeah, they would probably hobble the spotlight if they were a tag team. And they'd probably be tag champs, they'd probably be IC champ and WWE World Heavyweight champ and take all the belts for themselves, have all the opening segments, all the hour main events, and all the main events in WWE TV.
The best thing about them being tag team partners is sooner or later you're going to have the typical two big names who become tag team wrestlers to eventually have one turn on the other, and they'll be feuding once again.
Especially with their massive egos. Also, what about The Miz and his 4-0 undefeated streak at WrestleMania? What are your thoughts about that? Well, if they were going to pick one guy to be this next, like, Undertaker streak, oh, Miz, all the way. Definitely. This undefeated streak at WrestleMania is going to make The Miz.
Because he's awesome.
King of the Pre-Show. I think that's his new nickname, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
I think he's more well known for that than he is the fact that he has this WrestleMania streak. I don't really think many people know that he has a 4-0 WrestleMania streak.
No.
King of the Pre-Shows, eh? Also, what are your thoughts about if Triple H would to hire MVP to WWE management? If any former ROH management would become TNA management, if that were to happen? No. I think, none of that would happen because it's not best for business, unfortunately. Anything to do with ROH isn't best for business, really.
When Dixie Carter loses to MVP, I think Triple H should hire Dixie Carter.
Basically, you'd be buying TNA. Although Bobby Roode may have a 10% stake by then, we never know. Jersey12361. Who is the most underrated wrestler from WWE and TNA? Do you know who I think it is? I think Bobby Roode. I think Bobby Roode is the most consistently good performer in both companies, and I think he is a massively underrated wrestler. And he could definitely be a star in WWE if he went there, I think.
That's it. With Bobby Roode, I think he's got so much going for him that TNA, yes, they've noticed by making him the longest reigning world champion, but I think they could be doing so much more with him long term. In the WWE, underrated, I'm going to say it's none other than Santino Marella, because, to be honest, he was someone who I could possibly see, after he got teased it, Elimination Chamber, the Royal Rumble, he could have actually won it and gone all the way to WrestleMania. No.
Who will Alexander Rusev, I'm just moving on, who will Alexander Rusev feud with when he gets called up? Who the fuck knows? And no one knows.
Carly.
Do you know what? Carly, fuck it. Yeah, they're both foreign. Let's give them a feud. RFV089. Do you think it was the right decision for Batista to win the Royal Rumble instead of Daniel Bryan? Oh, hell yeah. If you were Vince McMahon, would you have had Batista win the Royal Rumble? I think you damn well would have, because Batista is a much more well-known draw than Daniel Bryan. I don't care how much of a fucking reaction he gets.
It's a shame your question is Daniel Bryan. I don't feel Batista should have won. I'm one of the fans were pretty much saying what the answer should have been. But out of those two, I think the fact that, yes, it's unfair that Batista stepped in, won the Royal Rumble without actually having a proper wrestling match, and he just won the Rumble, and he came late in the Rumble as well. I do feel that instead of putting Daniel Bryan in that place again, continue building on Daniel Bryan.
Do you think that when Brock Lesnar wrestles at a pay-per-view, you get this unique feeling that it's a big match? Oh, yes. I think the thing is, when Brock Lesnar does wrestle, you get the feeling that it's going to be a different kind of match. Like, it's not just going to be your standard wrestling match. It's going to be a fucking Brock Lesnar match. That's kind of the feeling It's like the feeling you got at Extreme Rules 2012 when Brock Lesnar went one-on-one with John Cena. The reason why that was such a great match is because it felt like a spectacle. It's the first time we'd properly seen Brock Lesnar using this new style.
And it's after that match, my liking of Brock Lesnar dropped. To be honest, they've not really done anything to keep me liking Brock Lesnar. They've really failed. Yeah, this is one thing, because Cena got the win. And then after that, his feud with Punk didn't really thrill me. The Triple H one, I don't feel they booked Brock Lesnar in the best way possible. And I don't know. I feel like it's a big match. Probably Cena's match felt big, but then after that, as my liking of Lesnar dropped, his other matches didn't really work for me.
Still kind of felt big though, really. Do you think many YWC fans fail to take into account the business aspect of wrestling and only take it into account the in-ring action? Yeah, because they're fans. That's why, and that's just their perspective, and who can blame them? Not everyone really cares about the business aspect of wrestling, and why should they? They're fans. It's true. I mean, I know I bang on about what's best for business and everything, but at the end of the day, it's just because that's just the way I think, and other fans prefer seeing good in-ring action. Some other fans prefer, WWE expanding their business and getting better and stuff. But if you care about in-ring action, that's all fine. I'm not too fussed about that. Watch ROH or PWG or, Pro Wrestling Guerrilla. That's PWG.
It's a shame since the Attitude Era and stuff where you more had one big circle of... They weren't like split wrestling fans like... Oh, I'm looking out for the business aspect. I'm looking for the fan aspect. Because the Attitude Era pretty much offered everything in one go. And now, because it's watering down, entering a new era, fans are starting to nitpick on things.
Speaking of the Attitude Era, death of PGTV. Create your own idea for a perfect pay-per-view using matches that have already happened as the card. For example, taking matches like Punk vs. Cena, Money in the Bank, and the Austin Brett WrestleMania 30 match and putting them on the same show. Oh, this will be fucking easy. Tag Team Championship match. Hardy Boys, Dudley Boys, and Edge and Christian at WrestleMania 17 in a TLC match. How about that for an opener?
Yep.
Money in the Bank match. Let's take WrestleMania 21. Let's just say Edge can wrestle twice. He wins it.
Yeah.
And IC title match. Razor Ramon versus Shawn Michaels at WrestleMania 10. Ladder match.
Sounds about right.
Can you beat that? Maybe Rock and Triple H at SummerSlam 98.
Right,
Ladder match. What about big attraction match? Rock and Hogan.
Cell.
Rock and Hogan in a Hell in a Cell. How about that? Yeah, no, we'll go with that. Any other matches you can think of?
Big match that
Divas match. Big Divas match.
I'd say Taker.
Oh yeah, we forgot about Taker. The streak. We have to include that.
I'd say go with... I think Randy Orton had one hell of a great match.
Do it.
So I might do that match again.
Main event World Heavyweight Championship match. In my opinion, I think you've got to go with Rock Austin at WrestleMania 17 without the Austin heel turn.
That was brilliant.
Well, I think a lot of people would say WrestleMania 20 main event.
Some people say, and some people would say Rock defeating John Cena.
WrestleMania 28, yeah. So I think we got some good ones. Cena and Punk Money in the Bank, yeah, that was a good match, and so was Austin and Bret Hart.
As for a Divas match,
oh yes,
I'm going to go in the past because it'll be one with Trish and Lita or something. Because that's when you could say, like, I could say Beth Phoenix had some great matches, but I'd say Lita and Trish or something.
How about WrestleMania? I think it was WrestleMania 7, Korea versus title, I believe it was. Ultimate Warrior versus Randy Savage. I'd put that in there as well. Definitely. And one more question. I believe, yes, there is one more question left. Super Steelers fan, 100. No, there's no question as to who you're supporting. I'm a Man United fan, by the way. Why do you like Daniel Bryan so much? I mean, I don't hate him, but I think he's more of a US or tag or IC champ, not really WWE World Heavyweight champ. Plus his gimmick is overrated. Also, when do you think Punk will return? Or is he bound as the end? And they say, yeah, there is two questions there, my excuse. And they say that all the IWC cares is Daniel Bryan, eh? So, why do you like Daniel Bryan so much? Well, to be honest, a lot of people like Daniel Bryan because it's something different in the main event scene. And to be honest, it's got to the point now where people would take fucking anyone in the main event scene over John Cena or Randy Orton or the Breakfast Club.
There's two ways of answering this. Yes, we'll go with Mr. Parkin's idea because when Ryback hit down John Cena, people were supporting Ryback so suddenly. So for Daniel Bryan to be up there and to be taking over John Cena while John Cena was away doing other things, fans were getting behind Daniel Bryan more because it was so different. But the other way is, as you saw, that Daniel Bryan is a wrestler who holds so much package. He's got good wrestling skills, which people have noticed in other wrestling companies. He's a likable character. He's got a fan base that grows after he grows with the WWE. So there's different ways of answering it. Some people don't like Daniel Bryan. As we've said in past Q&As, it took me a while to start supporting Daniel Bryan. So I think it's just the way that Daniel Bryan's been over his career.
As for his gimmick being overrated, yes, I know it's something simple like yes, but it's getting a very good reaction. That's all I can say. Also, do you think CM Punk will return, or is he bound for TNA? I don't. I mean, I think he'll return somewhere down the line, but why would he go TNA? They're not going to offer him anywhere near as much money as they would want to.
I think with CM Punk, the fact that he's having a break, he's not injured, he's not retired. So the fact is, it's all down to Vince or Triple H to come up with some kind of big new contract, big new deal, big new offer. But at the same time, no matter if he comes back, yes, it would make me smile, feel happiness and joy, but he's still going to be battling John Cena.
And that is the end, as a depressing end, to another Q&A with us, the British Fist.
Ka-ching.
Make sure you please keep sending in your questions through the comment section, through inboxing us. I think you can still do that. Twitter and Facebook. And NJ, I know you don't like Cena and you hate questions with John Cena in them, but you're going to get some. Let's just end this Q&A.
Thank you very much, people. And please, I want to hear you out in the streets, in your bedroom, in your living room, saying the same thing over and over again, because, to be honest, it's very true. John Cena sucks, but the British Fist don't. Please continue to support us. Please continue sending the questions. I know this Q&A has been going on for some time, but remember when we did an hour Q&A? Continue sending us in questions, and that may come back. Thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.